Welcome back. Dale Myers with Vision Advance. Today we are going to discuss marketing channels. How combining marketing objectives, distribution channels to create growth in our business. So first we need to discuss briefly what is a marketing channel. When we say marketing channel, really it's kind of synonymous with distribution channels. It's the method of taking our product or service from the manufacturer or production stage to the end consumer. All of the people, all of the processes, and all of the sets of activities to deliver that product from the beginning, the production stage, all the way through to the end consumer. That whole set of activities and the people involved, that's what we mean when we say the marketing channel. Now, we're having this discussion because in an entrepreneur forum, a person wanted me to do a video on the best way to market a small business. And what I would like to do here is kind of reframe it to say, well, you don't want to know the best way to market a small business. You want to know the best way to market your small business. So then I'd have to ask you questions like, well, what industry are you in? Specifically, what is your product? How big is it? What's its price point? Tell me about the end consumer. How do they use it? How do they want to consume it? What level of service do they require? Again, back to the price point. If it's a high price point, then maybe you don't need as many distribution points. But if it's a lower price, almost commodity offering, then you need lots of distribution points. So that will affect your choice of marketing channels. So again, I did a previous video and I'll include that link in the description below when I talked about marketing strategy versus marketing plan. Don't put the tactics before the strategy. The strategy includes the objectives, and then once we have the objectives, then we implement the tactics. And that's related to this. We need to think about all those things I just talked about, the end consumer. How are they going to use our product? That's going to affect our choice of marketing methods. And there are lots, and literally with combining, there are probably hundreds of marketing channels that you could possibly use. Having said that, again, this video is going to talk about marketing channels, how marketing objectives tie into distribution channels to propel business. So first, let's look at some generic marketing channels. A simple one. Manufacturer going straight to consumer. That's just, and it could be as simple as a farmer producing his goods, going straight to the, setting up a shop on the side of the road. That would be an example of that. That could also be you with your products on your website. Okay, so there are multiple interpretations of that model I just gave you. The second model we're going to look at is the manufacturer has a product that he needs kind of a broader distribution base. He doesn't just want to be on the side of the road. So he goes from a manufacturer to a retailer, and then the customers come to the retailer to sell the product. Now remember, every time you add another layer, that layer should add some value. So the value there is that the retailer is helping the manufacturer more broadly distribute the product, but that comes at a price. So there has to be some markup. So every level has a markup. This is relevant. What business or service are you in? All right. Another option, manufacturer to a wholesaler to a consumer. All right. So sometimes we just need to go through a wholesaler to reach the consumer. Instead of going through a bigger chain like a retailer, we can go to a wholesaler. That's another option there. An example of this would be like Sam's Club. Sam's Club is, probably going to be lower than your traditional grocery stores or department stores, right? But it's a trade-off. That lower cost comes with lower service, right? And you know that going in there, right? It's probably not as nice and tidy, but again, it's a model. You may fit somewhere in that model. Then there's another one, a manufacturer to an agent. An agent is like an intermediary, a manufacturer to an agent to a wholesaler, then to the consumer. This would be sort of like in the fishing industry. A fisherman goes and catches a whole bunch of fish or shrimp, whatever. I'm born and raised on the coast, so I think in terms of fish and shrimp. And they need to get it to the retailers fast, but they want to get it to a whole bunch of different retailers, so they take it to an agent. That agent disperses it to the retailers or the wholesalers, just depends on, it could be wholesaler or retailer, that step. And then it goes to the end consumer. But remember, that agent added another level of value, so it also added some costs there. And I would say the last one we'll look at today is when I was in the music business, when I first launched my record label. This was in the 90s. As an independent record label owner, we couldn't go into it was difficult to go straight into the major chains. So what we had to do, we had to manufacture the product. We were the manufacturer. Then we had to go to a wholesaler, and then that wholesaler got our product into the retailers, and then the retailers got it to the consumer. So again, and that model still exists today, not necessarily within the music industry, but in different industries around the globe. So those are the main categories, if you will. But having said that, distribution channels include your salespeople, a part of your distribution channel, your word of mouth, your website. There are multi-level marketing, direct sales. It's all kind of ways to do channel marketing. Advertising would be another. So literally there are hundreds of different ways, but what I wanted to give you today was sort of a framework to think based on what I just put before you. Which of these is the best method of getting my product or service to my end user in the manner that they are most willing to consume it? Where are they? Are they easy to locate? How do they want to be communicated with? Think on that, and then we can begin to say, what's the best way to reach your customer, to market your business? Because it's unique to you. Every business has its own unique offering, and it won't be one thing. It will be a mix. That's what's called the marketing mix. You will have a multi-channel approach to your marketing. You won't just do one thing. And again, I neglected to mention all of the physical stuff. Again, the signs, the flyers, all of these things are, again, a part of your marketing strategy, part of your marketing channel. So again, this video was about marketing channels, a brief overview, and how your marketing objectives and distribution channels can propel your business. Leave a comment below. Do you have any specific questions about what's your right marketing mix? Leave it in there, and we can begin to have that discussion. And coming up, I'll actually do we're going to focus on online marketing channels, things that you could do to impact your business. And so again, this is an ongoing series, guys. We're going to just give you actionable information. So right now, your call to action for this video. Think about what I stated earlier. Start writing notes. What's the best way to get your product to your end consumer to maximize profits and maximize the consumer experience? And let's work on delivering that. We'll talk soon. I'm Dale Myers with Vision Advance. Take care.